So in today's video, we are vlogging, and before we get into it, I just feel like I need to add a little bit of context. So first up, Elaine and I actually got married on the 3rd of September, and this is a trip that we took back in August, so it all happened before the wedding. And then the second thing is, because we took this trip in August, that's why everything is super summery in this vlog, and the weather looks amazing. Okay, now that I have all that out of the way, let's get into the video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Ronan, I make vlogs and I make product and tech reviews, and if you're familiar with my channel at all, you will not recognize my background because Elaine and I are not actually at home right now. We've come to an Airbnb, so we've kind of come down to the countryside. What we've done is we've come to like an old kind of like farmhouse cottage, and it's really gorgeous. So if you give me 2 seconds, I will take you guys on a little tour of where we are. So I'm actually standing with my back to the front door. So this is the whole kitchen area, and this is the living room area. There's Elaine, there's Frank. This is like a nice little care basket that was given to us by the lady who runs the Airbnb. And then here we have, there's like a gorgeous fireplace here, stuff to do with the fire in here. So there's all like wood and fire lighters and stuff. And then this is the bedroom. So this is the bed where Elaine and I will be sleeping. And then there's like a spare bed here. We're not going to use that. We're going to put Frank's bed down here, which is kind of about roughly the same distance as to where he'd be from us when we're at home. Nice chairs here. There's like a wardrobe here. Then there's nice lamps either side of the bed so that like we can read or whatever. We have the bathroom. So toilet, standard. A nice shower here and a lovely sink unit here. So yeah, that is pretty much the entire inside of the cottage. And if you just give me 2 seconds now, I will show you what it's like on the outside. So this is the view from outside the cottage. There's like a farm building along the side here, and there's like big front garden here, and then another kind of front garden here. There's Frank sniffing around. We have loads of space. And I have Frank on his really long lead at the moment. That's what this is. You can see here. And the only reason I have Frank on his long lead right now is he's just after having his dinner. So I don't want him to be running around because it's really bad for greyhounds to overexert themselves after they've just eaten. So that's why he's on a lead. Just it'll stop him from charging around the garden, which he was loving doing when we first got here. But yeah, this is our Airbnb and it is absolutely lovely. Our dinner is ready, so I will show you what we have. So we made pizzas, so we got our pizza bases and cheese and everything. We've made these lovely pizzas. We have some ciabatta bread. We have olives. We've got like a mix of black and green olives here. We have green olives here. And underneath our bread, we have sun-dried tomatoes. Good morning. So it is the next day and we've come down to a tiny little beach called Goat Island with the dog, and there's probably a few more people here than we thought there was gonna be, but it's absolutely gorgeous down here. It's really sunny today and it's quite warm, so it's perfect morning just to be chilling down at the beach. We've come down to Whiting Bay, which is about 10 minutes away from where we were before in the car. And this is a much more expansive beach and it's really nice. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Dollymount Strand that we sometimes take Frank to in Dublin. But yeah, really lovely. And what's great about this place is it's quiet. So we've actually been able to let Frank off the lead, and you can see he's just kind of like walking along here beside us. And yeah, he's loving it. I was trying to get him to run with me a little bit on the beach earlier, but he's actually quite tired today and he's been a bit lazy, so he didn't really want to. But that's fine. We're just gonna kind of chill and walk along the beach. We're just heading back to the Airbnb now. Tried to fly the drone a little bit on the beach and it was something of an unmitigated disaster. So I was flying the drone for, I'd say, a good 5-10 minutes and I wasn't recording anything, even though I thought I was, which is so irritating. And then I was getting a lot of like wind warnings, and then the drone started like to come down and it crashed a couple of times. I kind of need to like check the drone when we get back to the Airbnb and see if the problem was just that it was actually the wind causing it, or if I actually have a problem with the drone. But I will find out later. But for now, Elaine and I we've just pulled in. She's gone into a shop so that we can try and get a few bits for lunch, and then we're gonna head back to the Airbnb. We are back at the Airbnb and we're just having some lunch. So we're actually sitting outside, which is lovely, and we're in the shade, but it's really warm, so it's very, very pleasant to be out here. But I'll just quickly show you what we have. We have some ciabatta that we got yesterday. We have vegetarian sausages, vegetarian pudding, some of the leftover antipasties that we had for dinner last night. We have orange juice, and I have coffee, and Elaine has tea. So that is how we are spending our afternoon.
So quiet here.
It's unbelievably quiet. That's the cottage there behind me, kind of in the grassy area. And I'm gonna see if I can get this thing to work. That was much more successful. So I'm not really sure what was going on earlier on. The only thing I'll say about when we were flying around just here is that we were getting the max power load error thing on the screen pretty much every time I kind of moved the drone. So if it was hovering, it was okay, but then anytime we tried to move it like forwards, backwards, or left and right, we were getting like a max power load error, which is the error that Elaine saw back last September when the drone started crashing out of the sky. So I think that's probably still something of an issue, but with like kind of not too much wind. Like it's a bit breezier now than it was when we got home, but it wasn't so breezy that the drone was having any kind of issues or anything, or crashing. I think it's just something to watch, and I think maybe I can't fly the drone at the beach or on days when it's even remotely windy. So I'll keep an eye on it, and yeah, I don't know, maybe there's something I can do to like recalibrate it or reset it. But for the moment it does seem to be flying okay around here. Elaine is just laughing because she's looking back at some of the footage, and I was moving sideways so the camera was facing this way.
The shot was my idea.
Yeah, so and I was kind of moving sideways, and I wasn't looking at the drone, I was looking at the camera. I was looking through the viewfinder and I hit a tree. So yeah. Yeah, on the whole I think the drone is probably okay. Like it's definitely still usable and flyable. I just have to be kind of very careful about how and when I use it. So we've come into another town now called Dungarvan. We're just having some dinner. So for dinner tonight I'm having like a falafel pita and chips, and Elaine is having a fish burger and chips. And then we're just gonna go and we've kind of been walking Frank around the town, so we're just gonna take him back up through the town up to the car when we're done. We are back at the Airbnb and the sun is kind of setting, and the light out here tonight is beautiful. It's really something else. What are you doing, buddy? What are we doing? What are we sniffing? Huh? Good morning. So it is now the next day and we've come to another new town. So we're in Lismore, and in case you're wondering what that noise is, there is a waterfall right here behind me. So we're in a little park. We've got some lunch, so we're just having some coffees and sandwiches, and we have some pastries.
We went to this little bakery called Vanillo, which is a sourdough bakery, so everything is sourdough. So I have a goat's cheese sandwich. Ronan has like a
I have a caprese, so it's like cheese and tomato and basil.
And then, ooh, did you get 2 almond croissants?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So we have 2 almond croissants. Absolutely starving, so I'm just gonna go and demolish this now. And Frank is just standing here beside me. He has his water bowl here and his outdoor bed here, and he's using none of it. Hey guys, so we're actually back home now, and we've been home for maybe 15-20 minutes. Just gonna unpack, have our dinner, and then chill out and watch stuff for the rest of the evening and just kind of have a nice relaxing end to our incredibly relaxing weekend break. So yeah, we had an absolutely brilliant time, but it is nice to be home, and I know Frank is really happy. He's just like super happy to be back home in his own house, and honestly, so are we. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this video here. I hope you've liked it. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys in my next video.